Vast, extreme, and untamed, this is the Iceland we came to see.
When people say Iceland is windy, they mean it.
The weather has been really variable. We'll go through patches of blue skies and then intense rain and wind. And right now, thankfully, the rain has stopped for us to be able to see one of the highlights of this area, Seljalandsfoss. We do know how to pronounce that one.
We think.
Mostly.
This one is really, really popular. The parking lot is packed. It's really famous because you can actually walk behind the falls, and with the wind blowing as it is this morning, we are definitely going to get wet. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we're doing this. Totally worth it.
We're drenched, but it just comes with the territory. Totally worth it. We'll dry out later. Ugh.
Must do if you come to Iceland.
Absolutely amazing. I love it.
This just went from fun to insane. You literally have to walk through a shower of water. I don't know if this is worth it.
We are drenched.
One thing's for sure, I will not need a shower today. I just got one.
And only about 1/3 of a mile from Seljalandsfoss is another waterfall. I have no clue how to pronounce that one, but it looks really pretty from a distance.
We have to go in the water.
This waterfall reminds me a lot of the one that we saw on Vancouver Island near Sombrio Beach, but this one's even bigger. It's a lot busier too, but even with the crowds, it's still an absolute must-do. Although if we weren't completely drenched before, we certainly are now.
We've made it to Vik, our next area, and our first stop was at the Puffin Lookout. Look at them. a plastic rain cover for my camera. It's been totally worth it, but it's not at all awkward to use. I'm being very sarcastic. Ah! This is the parking for another major waterfall in the area. And we are here about 8:30, 20 till 9 this morning. Makes a difference. And guess what it's still doing?
Rain, clouds, wind, all that jazz. We've been on the island for about 10 days now, and it's rained every day but one.
We're here to see Iceland whether it's raining or not. And our stop today is Skógafoss. Skóga means forest in Icelandic, foss means waterfall. So apparently this area was heavily forested years ago. It is not anymore, but the name has still stuck.
When there's a normal amount of water here at Skógafoss, a lot of people will walk or run up to the base of the waterfall. But there's been so much rain here lately that it is just gushing, and the river here is way too treacherous to really get into. But even if it wasn't, after we got drenched at Seljalandsfoss yesterday, I don't think there's any way that we would have tried to get that close to it. It took us a long time to get everything dried out yesterday, and we don't have a dryer at the hotel we're staying at. So I think this is about as close as we're gonna get.
All right, here are some numbers for those of you who like numbers. Skógafoss falls 200 feet from the rim to the bottom. It's 82 feet wide, and we've decided to take a little side trail, and there are 594 steps to the top.
Wow.
Wow.
That was worth the huff and puff.
Yes, it was. Most of these waterfalls along the south rim of the island are very, very accessible from Reykjavik. It's about a 2-hour drive from the capital city to do these waterfalls. So most tourists that come to Iceland at least do a day trip, and that just results in busloads of people, lots and lots of tourists, all crammed into these little bitty parking lots for these waterfalls. And I had read online that if you're willing to just walk 10 or 20 minutes away from the parking lot, that you can really get away from the crowds and kind of experience more of a backside of Iceland that most people don't get to see. And this one was just, it was a little bit of a climb to get up here, I'm not gonna lie. It felt like climbing a stair stepper, but look at this. And we have it all to ourselves. I am so thankful that the rain stopped long enough for us to do this hike.
Well, it's 10 o'clock and the tour buses are here, and the people are also here in droves. So once again, the early bird gets the worm, or the best views of the waterfalls. Just east of Skógafoss is...
And we're about a half-mile walk from the parking lot over to another beautiful looking waterfall.
I'm giving into temptation, and I'm gonna walk behind the waterfall. It's too epic not to. This waterfall and the whole setting has got to be one of my top 3 ever, anywhere. It's like something out of a painting. It's like, how can this be real and yet you're looking right at it? Absolutely phenomenal. I am in love with Iceland. To help people escape from the weather that we've been experiencing ourselves, on the south of Iceland, about 90 man-made caves were created, and for some reason, I don't know, they're not really found much of anywhere else. So we're here by one called Rutshellir, and it looks amazing. I'm excited to explore this one. I'm surprised you're good with this. Usually tight spaces in Angela are not...
But you know what? It's out of the rain, so it's dry. I'll take it.
You can tell that the rock in here is relatively soft. So while I'm sure it would have been a major undertaking to create the cave, the advantage of that is once you've done it, it's pretty much going to be here forever, and it gives you better protection from the weather than pretty much any other structure you could create here.
After a long day of rain, more rain, a few breaks in the rain, a little bit of hiking,
Yep.
We are hungry. We've come to a place in Vik that is known for black crust pizza.
Yeah, and you might be asking, why is the crust black? Do they burn it? And it looks burnt, but it's not. It's because they add charcoal to the pizza, and it supposedly adds a little bit of flavor to it. We'll see how much.
We're excited to try, but thankfully they do have regular crust pizza for our child that is not quite so adventurous as we are.
This is one of the most popular restaurants in Vik, and for good reason. From the black crust cheese sticks to the incredible pizza, every bite was packed with flavor.
Today is our last day in Vik, but thankfully there's no rain this morning. It's beautiful weather, and we've come out to the black sand beach here called Reynisfjara. Lots of basalt columns that come out of the ground and meet up to the ocean. This is a beautiful place, but it is also extremely dangerous. It's known for having sneaker waves, catches a lot of people off guard. This is a place you have to be very, very respectful of. We're gonna stay far away from the water, but hopefully still be able to soak in all the beauty.
There's a little cave here around the point where you enter the beach, and it is big, and you just get to see those hexagon shapes that are characteristic of these basalt columns. They are so cool.
Back to Kaylee's adventure, going down. Is that too far to jump? Yes. Daddy, help, please. Some kind of help. I'm filming. Hi. I think, okay, bye. I gotta turn it off.
They call this a black sand beach, but when you pay close attention to it, you see it's not really sand at all. The pieces are big, and it doesn't really stick nearly as well as sand does. It's very neat.
Gonna film me crying again?
That happens quite a bit on these trips.
I know. It's such a beautiful place. I tried to buy waterproof mascara for this trip because of crying in Norway last year, and I learned that waterproof mascara actually sticks to contact lenses, so I had to trash it. So now I'm back to regular mascara, so you'll have to see me with runny mascara again.
The weather and the views are perfect. Getting to see the arches out here and the sunlight glinting on the water, the waves crashing up, but we're not being blown off of this cliff. It is a stunning day.
There's nothing that will make you appreciate a sunny day more than 8 straight days of rain. This feels glorious. I've actually unzipped my coat for the first time since being in Iceland.
Immediately south of the little town of Vik is another black sand beach, and this is on the opposite side of this mountain from where the basalt columns were that we saw this morning. And while we don't have basalt over here, you do have the incredible black sand beach, but you've got these incredible green cliffs of rock and these spires that are sticking out over here in the distance. It is amazing, and it's almost empty.
I'm sorry if I'm squinting this morning. I broke my sunglasses on our hike over at the Westman Islands the other day. Haven't had a chance to replace them yet, so I didn't really think I would need sunglasses after the rain we've had the last week, but it is a gorgeous day this morning. There's hardly any wind. We have made it to the little village of Kirkjubæjarklaustur. I did learn how to say that one. We're gonna be here for the day and just explore the area. This place isn't nearly as busy as some of the South Coast areas that we've been to. And we are hiking to a canyon called, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one. If you are thinking of coming to Iceland and you are intimidated a little bit by the language, don't be, because children are required to learn English beginning in kindergarten. So all the locals here speak English. It's very easy to communicate, and they're all very, very kind and very sweet about the fact that we don't speak a lot of Icelandic. But if you are thinking about driving the ring road, all the road signs are in Icelandic, so you would definitely want to research what the signs mean, because those are not in English. That's not sketchy at all.
Nope.
Wow, look at that. So just past the canyon is another waterfall.
Iceland is known as the land of fire and ice, but I think that needs to be changed to the land of fire, ice,
and waterfalls.
They are everywhere. We saw them all along the south side of the island, and now we've started to turn north, so we're going up the east. And there are even more here, I think.
A lot of them don't even have names. They're just so plentiful, they don't even bother naming them. Some of them
just another waterfall.
Yeah, and a lot of them you just can't access, but we've driven up this F-road a little bit, and there's nobody here, and the weather is perfect, and we're in our happy place.
This lava field dates back to a massive eruption from the late 1700s that blocked the sun, caused crops to fail, and killed 20% of Iceland's population. It covers over 200 square miles and is almost 40 feet thick, making it Iceland's second largest lava field. Thick, woolly fringe moss has taken centuries to cover the sharp volcanic rocks and gives it an otherworldly feel. The side road that parallels the main highway gave us a chance to take in the sheer size of this uniquely beautiful place.
It's always more fun to take the back road, right, Papa?
Yeah, this is the back road off the back road.
What I can't figure out is why there are trees growing here. You'd think that with the soil being so super rocky that they couldn't grow, but there's a cluster of them right here. About an hour northeast of Kirkjubæjarklaustur, where we're staying, is Vatnajökull National Park. And the big draw here is the massive Vatnajökull Glacier. It is a beast. It's 140 kilometers in diameter, which is nearly 90 miles, and it is super thick, at least in places. At its deepest point, it's almost 1,000 meters deep. That's over 3,000 feet, over half a mile of ice. And even though it only covers 8% of the country, if it were spread out evenly over the entirety of Iceland, it would still be nearly 90 feet thick. And I don't have Angela's magic wand, but maybe I can show you where we're hiking to. That's the waterfall. This area is very busy. We didn't get here until midday, and this is the busiest that we've seen pretty much anywhere in the country outside of Reykjavik.
This has got to be the most multilingual trail we have ever hiked. We've heard English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, met a couple from Greece, Icelandic, and probably some other languages that I just don't recognize. This falls is surrounded by all of these basalt columns, like what we saw on the beach down in Vík yesterday. And this is what they modeled the church in Reykjavik after.
This is so cool.
Woo! Woo!
The hike was amazing. The views of the waterfall were just incredible, but we all really hoofed it to get back down because it looks like rain may be coming here soon. And as a reward, we got ice cream. Thank you, Nana and Papa. We've driven to an overlook of one of the glaciers here and the lake. And I'm glad that the hike over this little hill isn't too big, at least I'm hoping not. After all that we've done today, we are all pretty tired and just about out of gas.
Join us down the road as we make our way to the east fjords of Iceland and take the path less traveled. And until next time, enjoy your journey.